first pitch.
Yeah, you're already in scoring position. Don't necessarily need to push it and try to get to third.
Hall delivers home, and that's going to be a strike on the outside part of the plate. To put in a 2-1 count. Now Hall. It's going to be fouled off near the cars, and I think that's going to hit a car, actually.
No, it hit a person.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like
it did hit a car.
It hit a car right off the bumper there. Hopefully not too much damage, as you know. Huskins Field is right next to the parking lot for some unknown reason, so anyone parking right there is going to be putting their cars in significant risk. And Hall is going to pop this one back and out towards the parking lot again. Don't know if that one hit a car.
Are we not sponsored by Geico or some other car insurance company out here?
Yeah, we'll have to give them a call. I don't know if D3 allows that sort of thing. But nevertheless, it is a 2-2 count. R.J. Hall looking to get out of it with just the one hit by Chi. Delivers home, and he does. Fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 3. And that's going to do it for R.J. Hall and the top half of the Bates Bobcast order. And when we come back, we'll get you the bottom.
Yeah, we don't need it. There should be a charger. Yo, Max. Charger might be in the closet if you need it. So. But yeah.
Okay. Lucas, do you have any tips here? Getting a little out of sorts. For what? Commentary.
It's just a slow game. Yeah. Like, I think if anything, you might be overcompensating. Like,
Okay.
When I do it, here comes the pitch.
Tell the guys probably okay. All right.
I don't think you're doing that.
Yeah, the opening was a little rough, but we got through it.
As the game progresses, you realize like you don't need to talk so much.
Yeah.
Called yet? Immediately? Really? I don't think. I haven't done it in a while.
Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the first inning. And we're going to get to see the first look at the Jumbos in conference play. Leading off is going to be the center fielder, Justin Mills, followed by Ryan Day, the designated hitter on deck, and Casey Santos Ocampo in left field. And they're going to be facing off against the junior, Nolan Collins, out of Rancho Palos Verdes, California, as he fires it in for a strike. Collins on the year, pretty good numbers. As that's going to be fouled off low for strike 2.
Collins, the only player on the field for Bates right now wearing short sleeves, which, you know, if anything, you usually think it's the other way around. The position players would be wearing short sleeves and the pitcher wanting to keep his arm warm, but not the case today as Mills fouls out and back out of play.
Yeah, Justin Mills is we were going to talk about earlier. Actually, in the win over Mass Maritime, a 24-6 victory for the Jumbos. He walked 4 times, a sensational amount, as that one sails a little high and away for ball 1.
Yeah, I liked watching Mills last year. He really came on last season. Good at the dish. He's got a good eye, as you mentioned, with the 4 walks last game.
And Mills is going to slant this one into center field, but that's going to be an easy out for the center fielder, Beal. And that's going to be out number 1 for for Nolan Collins.
Good contact, though, by Mills. Just unlucky to hit it straight at the center fielder.
Yeah, it hung up a little bit. Of course, wind is blowing a little to the left, but that probably didn't have much an effect on that.
You know, I'm noticing it seems like we got walk-up music this year. I like it. You know, that's always something that I think about, but I'm pretty sure last year the Jumbos didn't have any walk-up music, so nice little touch for this season.
Collins throws low and away, off speed for ball 1 to the designated hitter, Ryan Day, the junior out of Hampstead, New Hampshire. Ball 2 in the same location. Collins a little faster than his opposing bump mate today, R.J. Hall. Maybe the short sleeves is getting him warmed up. And that one's going to be high and away for ball 3. So good opportunity here for Day, hitting .321 on the year, 5 RBIs. And the get me over pitch is going to fall in there for strike 1, 3-1 count. So still a good position here for Day.
I like that take, though. 3-0 against the pitcher. Got to take.
And Day's going to slot this one up the middle. Base hit for Ryan Day. Going to be picked up by the center fielder, Beal. And he's on board with the hit. Number 2 hitters for both teams getting on board today. And now for the Jumbos, the left fielder, Casey Santos Ocampo, the senior out of Naples, Florida. So he's going to get his chance.
Number 4, Casey Santos Ocampo.
Santos Ocampo batting .293 in non-conference play this year. 12 RBIs, 17 runs so far. And he's going to rocket this one into right field. There's a chance back up against the wall, but making the catch is the right fielder, John Lindgren. And Ryan Day is going to have to go back to first base, but a lot of power on that swing by Santos Ocampo.
Yeah, really showcasing the power. Just barely missed that one, but really nice play by the right fielder. We were talking earlier about how the ball might kind of stay lower with the wet infield and outfield, but another aspect that these guys are going to have to deal with is it's overcast, so the ball kind of might blend in a little bit, but nice job there keeping track with it all the way to the wall.
Yeah, caught it on his his left side with the ball outstretched, one-handed catch, so beautiful job. So now it's going to be up to the third baseman, Ryan Dawes, the sophomore out of Palos Verdes, California. A lot of these players used to a little warmer weather back home, as that one's a little inside, but catches inside part of the plate for strike 1.
As the commuter rail goes by in center field.
And he's going to hit this one opposite field. It's going to get into the corner here by the 300 sign. Day's going to have a chance to go home, and he's going to bring it, and he is going to be safe. The throw is overthrown, and Ryan Dawes is in with an RBI double. It's 1-0 Jumbos.
Good piece of hitting there by Dawes, going down the right field line, and really good hustle there by Day. Obviously, as we mentioned, first conference game of the season, so we knew they were going to want to be aggressive on the base pass, getting a run across the board early here. Very important, giving R.J. Hall the lead to work with.
Yeah, and they're fired up here in the dugout. Basically, the entire team came out near the on-base circle to congratulate Ryan Day for bringing himself home there. Good hustle from the designated hitter, and now Peter DiMaria, the freshman from Chatham, New Jersey, is on. Off speed is going to be rocketed into left field past the diving shortstop, and that's going to try to bring Ryan Dawes home, and he's going to make it. RBI single for Peter DiMaria, his first conference RBI of his freshman career. And it's 2-0 Jumbos, just like that. Collins, with only a 2 ERA on the season, has given up back-to-back hits and back-to-back runs. Collins actually a strikeout pitcher. He's got more Ks than innings so far, but looks like the Jumbos have sort of figured him out here. A lot of contact early.
Maybe the short sleeves aren't working as we thought.
Yeah.
but still early, of course.
And that one's going to be a little away. Outside part of the plate as J.P. Knight comes to the plate. Knight playing right field today. Short lead at first, and that's going to be a pickoff attempt by Collins. Nothing doing there.
DiMaria, no stolen bases yet this season.
He is hitting .536 though, so
Yeah, very impressive.
especially for a freshman. A lot of trust to put him in that 4 spot. That's going to be a fastball right down the middle for Collins. 1-1 count here. But interesting that most of the hits, the big ones, have gone to right field, opposite field power working early for the Jumbos. Curveball is going to be spotted in there, down and away in the strike zone.
Yeah,
1-2 count.
Nice use of the off-speeds pitch there, as he's been serving the Jumbos a steady diet of fastballs, so good to mix things up there.
Little low. J.P. Knight checking his swing there. The junior out of Boston, Massachusetts. So finally we have a local kid here.
He had a very nice year last year for the Jumbos.
And there's going to be a called time by the umpire. DiMaria scuttles back to first base. And that's going to be foul just near the JumboCast van.
Oh, not the
parking lot.
JumboCast van. We wouldn't want that to get hit. We use that so often these days.
Yeah. Looking to phase out the JumboCast van right now, but right now Collins is trying to phase out J.P. Knight with his next pitch. Be low in the dirt.
You know, that JumboCast van is just an absolute unit. I don't think any baseball is going to shatter that windshield. To be fair, though, I've never actually been inside of it. So
hoping more baseballs hit it in the future as opposed to these people's nice cars.
Yeah, we'll take the sacrifice. These people deserve better.
Of course, coming out on a rainy Friday afternoon. That's going to be low and away again. So it looks like Collins is missing a lot to that spot, and now there's men on first and second for number 12, Elias Varinos, junior out of Middleton, Mass. So one Massachusetts to another, second baseman.
Yeah, this is an important batter here for Collins with the runner on scoring position. Already having given up 2 runs here. You don't want to get behind too far against this Jumbo offense if you want to stand a chance further on down the line in this game.
It's going to be a tough order for Collins to get him out, hitting .417 on the year and sporting a beautiful mustache. And that's going to be hit high into right field, but that's going to be collected by the right fielder, Christian Beal. That's going to be out number 3, but the Jumbos tack on 2, and they lead 2-0 in the first conference game of the year. We'll be back with the start of the second inning.
For the Jumbos in the bottom of the first inning, they scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no base errors and 2 runners left on base at the end of 1 inning here at Huskins Field. Jumbos lead by a score of 2-0, scheduled to bat 4 Bates in the top of the second inning. In truly, Kyle Carter and Giovanni Torres.
And we're back now with the top of the second inning. Jumbo's up 2-0 as after a couple of RBI hits by DeMaria and Dawes. And now up is number 20, Dan Truly, expecting the pitch from R.J. Hall. And that's going to hit him on the back, off speed. Luckily for him, it was an off speed. And Truly is aboard as quickly as he got in the batter's box.
Yeah, and Bates will take that all day long. You know, you need base runners any way you can get them, and, you know, early in this game, but tying run comes to the dish.
The shortstop, number 15, Kyle Carter.
Now the shortstop, number 15, Kyle Carter, to the plate. Carter hitting .278 on the year with 6 RBIs. R.J. Hall going to try to pick off. Not a big lead there for Dan Truly.
Yeah, didn't seem
senior.
like a true pickoff time. Kind of just more keeping him honest, letting him know that he knows he's there.
Truly with 0 stolen bases on the year, so not much of a threat to steal, but things can happen. And he's going to bunt down here. Throw is to second,
no.
And very high out of the hand of R.J. Hall. And getting no one is the pitcher, and that's going to be 2 men on base. Disastrous play there for R.J. Hall. He had first. He might have had second, but instead now he has no one.
Yeah, just slipped out of his hand. I unfortunately wasn't really paying too much attention to see if he truly had a play at second, but if he did, certainly blew it there as that ball sailed well into center field.
Yeah, but now we have Alex Simon to the plate. Actually, excuse me, it's listed wrong in the, actually no it isn't. Giovanni Torres to the plate, the third baseman for the Bobcats. And another bunt out of the hands here, and wisely they're going to throw to first is DeMaria. But now 2 runners in scoring position, and just as innocently as it started, looks like the Jumbos could be in some trouble.
Yeah, you would think pitching with the lead would kind of give Hall a little bit more confidence. And look, yeah, it might not just kind of be, you know, an unlucky turn for him, but he's certainly got some trouble to work with here, needing 2 outs here with guys on second and third.
Now the left fielder, Pat Beaton, hitting .333 on the year with 3 RBIs. That's going to be a fastball at the knees. A little low, but the umpire gives him the call, and it's strike 1.
Boy, there's a lot of green out there in left field if he can pull that ball over the third baseman's head.
A little outside there for R.J. Hall.
Yeah, it looked like relatively the same location. Obviously, we don't have the view behind the dish, but umpire must have deemed that one just outside.
1-1 count here. Runners on second and third. Dangerous position for Hall. That's going to be low. Good stop by the catcher.
Gonna have a mound visit.
Yeah, Harrison Frickman saved a run there, possibly 2 if that got mucked up in the gravel behind home plate. And now, yeah, we're going to have a conference at the mound. R.J. Hall a little unsettled here in his first conference start.
You wonder if the ball's getting a little, I mean, it must be getting a little wet as the rain continues to kind of just like, it's not coming down too hard, but it's more misting if anything, but I'm sure it affected him on that throw to second base, probably slipped out of his hand. Maybe he's having some control issues with the ball getting a little wet, but, you know, both sides have to deal with that, so Hall's got to find a way to get through.
That's going to be low again, almost the same spot he threw the last fastball in. Now it's 3-1. He's got the danger of loading the bases with only 1 out. R.J. Hall looking back at second. Now delivers and gets him on the heater. 3-2 count. This would be big for Hall to keep this inning manageable and preserve this lead. opposite field hit would likely score 2. And that's going to be hit off the hand of R.J. Hall. He's going to throw home, and the tag is applied. R.J. Hall, that went off his glove, threw it to Frickman, and he got the tag down and got out Dan Truly. So a run saved and an out made. And now Jumbos are in a much better position than they were before.
Sounded like a bit of a nasty collision at home plate, but it looks like both guys are all right. But, you know, gutsy play there by Hall going home instead of having an easy force at first. But it turns out to be the right decision and preserves this 2-run lead for now.
Yeah, I don't think the speed was there from Dan Truly. He didn't have much of it. It's going to be I mean, if R.J. Hall didn't locate that ball, he might have probably scored, but.
So we saw an unlucky break for Hall earlier, and now perhaps a fortunate break there for him.
Now the right fielder, John Lindgren, up to the plate. And he's going to rocket this into left field. Let's see if it comes down, and a diving catch by the left fielder, Santos Ocampo. What a sensational play. He was outstretched. He was horizontal there.
And that is why he is one of the leaders of this team. What a play.
Santos Ocampo saving a run and keeping it to a 2-0 score. We're going to go to break, but after this break in the bottom of the second, we'll recap that catch for you. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the second inning we go. Already a lot has happened in this contest. And, of course, one of those things was a sensational catch by Casey Santos Ocampo in left field.
Yeah, that was certainly quite the athletic feat. Trevor, you don't understand how excited I am that they introduced walk-up songs for the Jumbos this season. I love it. The Joker by Steve Miller Band right there, that was a great choice.
The choice here, of course, by the senior catcher out of Charleston, South Carolina, Harrison Frickman, hitting .435 on the year with 2 bombs and 10 RBIs. So, great production from the 8 slot. Gonna foul off the end of his bat as he tried to check it. 1-2 count here for the catcher.
Trevor, what would your walk-up song be?
I don't know.
Is this not something you've thought about a lot? I think about this quite often.
I have, but it wasn't before baseball season, as that one is skied foul over near the parking lot.
I feel like for baseball, especially with a lot of players today, rap is a big genre, but I still feel like a lot of guys go with either the country or the older rock stuff, which I respect.
That's going to be lined up the middle for a base hit. Frickman hustling around first. Thought about second, but would not have been wise as he hustles back to first for a leadoff single. Of course, a classic walk-up song here from the...
Is this not Benintendi's?
I think it is, yeah. That's where I recognize it from. For the shortstop, Will Shackelford. Another senior from Orleans, Mass. Of course, Orleans, one of the Cape Cod Baseball League teams. So enjoys that Cape Cod lifestyle when he's back home.
Nice piece of hitting on that last at bat as they check on the runner. Just staying level with it. Just going right back up the gut. And Collins was unable to grab it, so Tufts has a guy on first with nobody out.
Pick off there for Frickman. Has one stolen base on the air. Not a big lead here for the Jumbos. That first pitch to Shackelford is low for a ball. Of course, Orleans in the Cape Cod Baseball League had one of the most spectacular chokes I have ever seen to the end of a regular season, losing 19 of their last 20 to miss the playoffs.
All my teams seem to choke at the end of the regular season, so.
We know, Lucas. It's okay, as that one is up by the letters for a strike. Fastball from Collins, who is trying to settle down after a rough first inning. And that's going to be a meaty swing there from Shackelford for strike two.
Yeah, he sure does not get cheated when he's up at the plate there. Taking some big hacks.
On deck is Justin Mills, who lined out to center his first time up. That's going to be skied out to right field, not super deep, into foul ground and ultimately into foul territory.
Yeah, certainly not as much field out there along the right field line in foul territory as there is in left field. In left field, if ball's hit in the air over there, if left fielder can get to it, he's going to catch it, because there is plenty of green in foul territory. Right field is pretty narrow, however.
Oh, we know Lindgren can run. He had that nice catch of the wall an inning ago. Shackelford still in it, 1-2 count, favoring Nolan Collins back to pick it off. Not successful there. Tag was applied by first baseman Dan Truly, also a freshman, so freshman on both sides for the first baseman. And that one's going to be rifled into left field, and it's going to not get down for a hit. Kind of a half slide there from the left fielder, Pat Beaton.
It seemed like he got over there and just didn't really realize that he was there. He almost overran that baseball. But we've seen that a few times now at the Jumbos, making some good contact, but ultimately winding up in the glove of a Bobcat.
Now we're going to turn it back to the top of the order. Justin Mills up at the plate. Of course, 0 for 1 on the day. Made nice contact on his first at bat, but did not land. That one's going to be a soft roller that's going to make its way up the middle. So Mills is on for the first time. Runners at first and second now for Ryan Day, who singled his first time up.
And that just goes to show you that good contact doesn't always result in hits, and bad contact sometimes does, as a weak roller gets through the hole there.
The designated hitter, number 23, Ryan Day.
Day now up at the plate, back-to-back lefties for the Jumbos. Off speed's going to fall on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Ryan Day yesterday went 0 for 3 with an RBI and a walk, part of that 20-walk affair for the Jumbos. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit more. And that's going to hit him on the leg. Ryan Day actually turning a little bit into the pitch. And now the bases are loaded with one out for Casey Santos Ocampo, who flew out to right field his first time up. And, of course, making that sensational catch in left field to end the top of the first.
The left fielder, number 4, Casey Santos Ocampo.
Ocampo, excuse me.
Collins in a tough spot here. Could really use a double play ball here.
Yeah, already given up 5 hits on the afternoon while only getting through 4 batters. It's going to be a strike at the knees for Collins. Santos Ocampo going 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored in that one. Also stole a base. That was going to be very low. Off speed, hit in the dirt. Good stop there, of course, by the catcher. Jack Arend behind the plate, of course, for the Bobcats. Bases are juiced. 1-1 count here. Got him a little bit on an off-speed pitch. 1-2 count. Big hack, a little off balance for Santos Ocampo. Second baseman and the shortstop are pretty close to the second base bag, so hoping to catch anything up the middle. And they're going to check it, and he's going to be out. That's a strikeout for Nolan Collins, his first of the day, and Santos Ocampo tried to get it back. Ultimately, a little too far gone on that off speed.
Yeah, you know, I think it was the right call. First base umpire took a little bit of time to make the decision, but I do think he went around.
And now up to the plate is, of course, the third baseman, Ryan Dawes. Doubled and hit an RBI, also scored his first time up. Off speed a little inside.
Big batter here for Collins to get. Trying to keep this a 2-run deficit.
And of course, 2 outs right now in the inning. Jumbos could really break it open with a hit here from Dawes. Made contact there for strike 1. Dawes yesterday was 0 for 2, but scored 2 runs and also walked. Had an RBI of his own. Very high there from Collins for ball 2. Collins, after starting the inning with a quick pace, has quickly slowed down here. Trying to control the game. Trying not to let this get away from them. Off speed away from the plate. 3-1 count here.
Well, Dawes knows he's got to throw it over the dish.
And don't want to walk in a run, but also don't want to give him anything too good to hit.
Pressure's on the pitcher.
These conference games so important. That's going to be high for ball 4. And Ryan Dawes, with his second RBI of the day, walks one home, and it's 3-0 Jumbos.
Well, we sure haven't seen the 20 walks that you mentioned earlier, but we see the patience that Tufts has exercised throughout the season thus far, and it pays off there as, you know, a walk is in essence as good as a hit. Yeah,
and we're going to see a mound meeting and maybe a pitching change here as Collins has surrendered 3 runs, 5 hits, and I believe 2 walks.
Well, Trevor, while this goes on, it's time for everyone's favorite JumboCast segment, This Day in Baseball History. Did you know 10 years ago, March 29th, 2009, the first pitch was thrown at Citi Field, home of the New York Mets?
I did not know that, nor did I want to.
I didn't know that either as a Mets fan, but the more you know.
Yeah. How do you think the Mets are looking this year with Cano and
I think I mentioned earlier they always win on opening day, so that wasn't a surprise yesterday, but I think teams certainly improved, but their division is just very tough. I think the NL East is certainly one of the toughest divisions in baseball with basically 4 of the 5 teams being very solid. Obviously, Miami. Miami is just who knows what they're doing. But
Miami is trying to accumulate debt for some money schemes. I don't know.
Derek Jeter just trying to help the Yanks out. As we resume play here, Collins still in the game. Bases jacked still.
Ball 1 here to the freshman Peter Di Maria. Di Maria singling in a run his last time up. Had a huge day against Mass Maritime on Wednesday. 5 RBIs for the freshman.
Good cut.
Takes a big hack there to even up the count at 1-1. Yeah, he went 3 for 3 with a walk, 3 runs scored, 5 RBIs, a double, and a homer. So Jumbos might have a budding star here in the 4-hole. That's going to be a strike just above the knees there on the fastball from Collins. Down in a 1-2 count. Base is still loaded, so this could be pretty big for Collins to keep his team in the game. Don't want to go down 5 runs this early. That's going to be popped up high in the air. And looks like they're having a little bit of trouble, and barely outstretching to get the ball was Giovanni Torres. And that's going to end the inning. Almost ended in disaster for Bates. But Jumbos get 1 run off of a walk with the bases loaded. And we're going to go to the top of the 3rd after this. Back here in the top of the 3rd inning, Trevor Russo along with my partner Lucas Johnson as we turn the order over on the Bates Bobcats side. Christian Beal back up for the Jumbos, and R.J. Hall still out there slinging. That's going to be rifled into center field for a base hit. Beal getting his first knock of the day. 1 for 2 now.
First pitch swinging, aggressive, and gets on base.
And now up for the Bobcats, the 2-hole hitter. Second baseman Andrew Chi. Singled his first time up, advanced to second on a wild pitch, and that's where he stayed. Going to get a bit farther than that this time around. R.J. Hall paying particular attention to the running game as Beal has 5 stolen bases leading the team. Curveball up and away for ball 1. Now, Lucas, do you steal this early in the game, do you think? With Beal's speed, try to get something in scoring position.
I would certainly
here?
at least consider it for sure.
That's going to be liner there. Almost a double play as Beal gets quickly back to first base, but
You know, on second
Andrew
thought,
Chi lines up.
maybe you shouldn't steal, because if you go there, it's an easy double play. So what do I know?
Yeah, commentator's curse almost grabbing Lucas.
This is why I don't play baseball anymore. I retired after, I think, 6th grade. I had my run, but it was my time.
Well, that's why we're on JumboCast. Not exactly the greatest of athletes here, but here to watch him as the catcher, Jack Arend, comes back to the plate here. Switch hitter. Off speed, high and away for ball 1.
In all seriousness, though, I would still consider stealing this early in the game, as you know, it's not like this is a crucial point here, and you certainly need to manufacture some runs against this Tufts team. So any way to do it, any way to get into scoring position would be big.
And R.J. Hall thinking what you're thinking and tries the pickoff move on Beal. Arend, of course, leading the team with a .469 batting average. Low for ball 2. It's that pitch. All taking his time on the bump. Not a big lead for Beal. And that's going to be spotted in there for a strike. 2-1 count.
That changes the whole nature of this at-bat. Going from, I suppose it's still a hitter's count, but 3-0 is certainly a lot different than 2-1.
And back with a dive is Christian Beal. Jack Arend out of Newfields, New Hampshire, went to St. John's Prep. Close, but doesn't get the call as that pitch is on the outside of the plate. Now it's a 3-1 count. Good position here for the contact hitter, Jack Arend. And that's going to be high above the Bobcats for ball 4. R.J. Hall walks one to first base. And now it's going to be the designated hitter, Justin White, who struck out his first time swinging.
The designated hitter, number 19, Justin White.
At least the rain has stopped for at least a minute or two. I'm sure I just jinxed it, but
White calls time. Justin White had a good year at the plate last year, hitting .360 with around a 900 OPS. He's going to hit that to the shortstop, gets 1, and he's going to get 2. And that is where the inning is going to end. A collision at second base almost takes out Veranos, but that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning, and we'll get back to you in the bottom of the 3rd.
Bates in the top of the 3rd inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no Jumbo's errors, and 1 runner left on base. Scheduled to bat for the Jumbos in the bottom of the 3rd inning, J.P. Knight, Elias Farinos, and Harrison Frickman.
We're back with you here, bottom of the third. And a familiar face here on the mound, a little surprising. Nolan Collins out for his third inning of work here. He's given up 3 runs and 5 hits on the day. And a little Jay-Z to open up JP Knight coming to the plate.
It's a great Jay-Z song.
That's going to be foul off the catcher's foot. Knight walked his first time up. Actually, I think Aaron is trying to argue that that should have been fair. And umpire's going to come out for some reason. They're going to have a conference about that to see if actually that was a fair ball. Do you see anything on that play, Lucas, that might suggest it was fair or foul?
It was hard to tell if it hit the dish. It certainly made contact with the batter, but it was hard to tell if it was fair or foul. And obviously, fortunately, we are not the MLB. We do not have the replay system or challenge system, so judging it based on what the human observation is. So looks like they're going to stick with the no call, which I'm certainly not an expert, so I will trust the expert and say that was a good call.
Fastball high for ball 1. Knight not able to score his last time up. Ball 2 here. A little inside on the off speed from Collins. Knight hitting .381 with 7 RBIs on the year. 11 runs scored. He's going to take a nice big hack at that one for strike 2. That's going to be popped up and away, foul, way into the parking lot.
You know, if I was 30 feet taller, I would have caught that ball right over our heads.
Well, wouldn't we all like to be 30 feet tall?
I don't know if I want to be 30 feet tall. I feel like that would be quite a hindrance.
Actually, yeah. You wouldn't be able to enter a lot of buildings.
I'll take a
Probably
few more
most
inches.
buildings.
Take a few more inches, though.
And that was a close call there. Good take by JP Knight. Full count here as Aaron wiping the home plate off with his hand. So interesting technique, as that's going to be hit up the left side for a base hit. And JP Knight is aboard with a single, his first hit of the day.
Nice piece of hitting there, staying with the at-bat, working a full count, and then ultimately finding the hole on the left side for a base hit.
Now up to the plate is the first baseman, or excuse me, the catcher, Harrison Frickman. Singled his last time up and scored.
The second baseman, number 12, Elias Varinos.
Actually, excuse me. My apologies. It's Elias Varinos as the pickoff attempt to get Knight is unsuccessful. Varinos, good speed, has 13 runs scored and 7 RBIs. That fastball at the knees for strike 1. Another fastball near the knees for strike 2. Quickly, Elias in the hole right now. I think this is the first 0-2 count that Collins has had all day.
I think you're right.
He's going to make contact, weak grounder to the shortstop, and he's going to fumble the ball, and that's going to be an error on Kyle Carter. He tried to, the transfer from the glove to the hand was not successful there.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Carter. I mean, if that ball's hit a little harder, that's a double play ball. Instead, he has to charge it, and ultimately, with the speed of Varinos, he kind of bobbled it, and ultimately, Tufts have men on first and second with nobody out. So Collins, once again, in a bit of trouble. Ultimately, though, this time, not necessarily entirely his fault.
Yeah, tough luck from Collins. Looks like he was settling in there finally, and then now he has to deal with men in first and second with no one out. Another set of base runners for the junior from California to deal with, as Harrison Frickman now arrives at the plate. Slider in a little bit, catches the plate for strike one.
For Collins, though, you got to realize the first two men in this inning have reached on ground balls, so if you can induce another ground ball hit to one of your guys, that could be a double play, and that would certainly turn the tide of this inning.
Yeah, I actually want to issue a quick correction. Frickman was the individual who singled and scored, not his counterpart in the bases. That's going to be low for ball one. Varinos actually flew out to right field to end the inning in the first. Collins going to step off the mound there, try to control J.P. Knight. Knight with 2 stolen bases on the year.
And as you can hear, the wind is picking up again.
Blowing in from right field. That's going to be a bunt, and it's going to stay fair. Just barely. The dirt slowed it down, and now 2 men in scoring position for the Jumbos with only 1 out.
Nicely executed bunt there. As you mentioned, didn't really get too far, but kept it fair, and that's really all that matters is speed on the base pass for the Jumbos, and 2 guys in scoring position now looking to perhaps break this one open a little bit early on.
Now the shortstop, Will Shackelford, at the plate. Flew out to left field his first time up.
Shortstop number 1, Will Shackelford.
So 0 for 1 on the day. Has a real chance to break this one wide open on Collins. With a
See, infield looking to play a little bit more in, so don't be surprised if they go home with a ground ball.
First pitch is going to be fouled off near the cars and narrowly misses a windshield.
As that Porsche that's driving is going to think twice about going that way. That'd be a tough way to lose a nice car.
Collins going to step off the mound there. Look back Knight at third. Taking a while to get to the plate here. Slider low and away for ball 1. Fastball's going to get him low for strike 2. Cut and miss through that one. Shackelford last year had a bit of a rough year at the plate, only hit 200 with a 550 OPS. So looking to improve on that one this year.
Boy, he skipped that one 4 feet in front of the plate. Good stop there by the catcher.
Actually, correction, that is this year's statistics. So Shackelford not off to a great start. But in conference play, he can turn around with something in the outfield here. And swing and a miss, and they're going to tag him out. So second strikeout on the day for Collins, and good opportunity for him to bounce back and retire the last 3 in order, but it's going to be a tough task as he has Justin Mills to deal with. 1 for 2, singled last inning did the junior from Highland Park, Illinois.
Yeah, Collins could certainly use a scoreless inning here to help not only his own confidence, but maybe help his team think, hey, we can still win this game.
And first pitch is going to be slammed into the dirt there by Collins. 1-0 count. Good stop by Aaron to save a couple of runs. One of the Jumbo coaches before the bottom of this inning was talking about how they've had a lot of opportunities. Even though they're up 3-0, they feel like they could have more. As that strike hits the inside bottom corner of the plate.
Yeah, nothing will frustrate coaches more than leaving guys on base. That's one of the perhaps overlooked stats in baseball is the left on base.
Foul ball. Kind of getting stuck in the dirt. Like we were saying, a lot of these balls getting slowed down by the wetness on the field. Yankees actually have a bit of an innovative strategy where they spray down the circle.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, they do. They hose it down so that a lot of balls just die in the ground if they, hit off that early part. And that's going to be a looking strikeout. Changeup getting him. A lot of dipping action on that pitch. And Collins in a dangerous spot there with the walk and then the error. Actually, the single and then the error. Gets out of it with the next three batters retired. We'll go to you in the top of the fourth.
One hit, there was one base error, and there were two runners left on base. Here is your complete line score through 3 innings of play here from Huskins Field this afternoon. The first game of this 3-game NESCAC East Series for the Tufts University Jumbos. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 7 runners left on base. For the Bates College Bobcats, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 4 runners left on base. Scheduled to bat for Bates in the top of the 4th inning. Dan Truly, Kyle Carter, and Giovanni Torres. Changes for the Jumbos as we head to the top of the 4th inning. The new second baseman is number 5, Will Burgess. And moving from second base over to third base, number 12, Elias Farinos. Leading off for Bates in the top of the 4th inning, the first baseman, number 20, Dan Truly.
Back with you in the top of the 4th inning. 3-0 game in favor of the Jumbos. And leading off for the Bates Bobcats is the first baseman, Dan Trilly. First pitch from Hall is a strike fastball around mid-thigh. A couple of defensive changes for the Jumbos here. As that one's going to be skied back foul. And it almost hit a woman, so that would not have been good. So it looks like third baseman Ryan Dawes has been removed from the game as that pitch narrowly misses the strike zone on the outside part of the plate. So Dawes is exited. Veranos has moved from second to third base. And in at second base is Will Burgess, the sophomore out of Pottstown, Pennsylvania. As that one is a little looper, and R.J. Hall using his legs to pick up that one.
I don't know how that happened. I mean,
that was a weird sound, too. Did that hit him at the same time as it was hitting the bat?
That's one of those things where you'd expect it to be like a broken bat. Obviously, these guys play with metal bats, but very weak contact there. Nice play by Hall to track that ball.
Yeah. Rebounding from his earlier defensive mistake. Now up for the plate for the Bobcats is Kyle Carter. That pitch misses for ball one. He sacrifice bunted his last time up. Got truly over to second base. That pitch is going to hit around the knees. Fastball for strike one. Commuter rail rolling by. Big projects in the coming years. The Green Line extension to Tufts. As that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Going to fire over to first, and Peter DiMaria gloves it for out number 2.
Both pitchers seem to have settled into their game a little bit more here as the game progresses. Not too unexpected, I suppose.
Now Giovanni Torres up to the plate. He also sacrificed his last time up. So no record on the day. Change up from Hall. Gets the contact for strike one. That one's going to be up the middle for a base hit. Giovanni Torres. First hit of the day. Third hit of the ball game for the Bates Bobcats, and they have a man aboard with 2 out.
Good piece of hitting going right back up the middle. I think Hall almost got his foot to it, but just narrowly missed it, and Bates has a man on board. A little 2-out rally, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think Shackelford could have reached that even with the dive, and now at the plate, left fielder Pat Beaton. Beaton, of course, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. That was the play where the ball rocketed off Hall's glove and they threw to home to save a run. Off speed off the side of the plate for ball one. Fouled back. It's that pitch. Beaton, of course, hitting .333 this year with 3 RBIs. An 800 OPS, so a good all-around hitter. And that pitch narrowly missing the outside part of the strike zone. So 2-1 count. As you were saying, both teams kind of settling into it here.
Yeah, Hall certainly calmed down, it seems like.
That one's going to go foul by the third base coaching box. So now 2-2 count. 2 outs. Hall's got a chance to get out of this inning with minimal damage. All missing down and away with the fastball there. So now a full count to Pat Beaton.
Runner will be in motion here. 2 outs.
And that pitch is going to be below the knees, around mid-shin there. So going to be a walk for R.J. Hall. Now a man in scoring position for the right fielder, John Lindgren. Last time up, Lindgren, of course, robbed of potential double by Casey Santos Ocampo.
Yeah, saved a run there and back in a similar position here with the guy in scoring position.
That curveball is going to settle in for a strike around the number 6 on his uniform.
Another fan of the hoodie under the jersey. The sleeves rolled up.
Yeah, starting to get a little nippy out here at Huskins Field. Rain still at a light drizzle.
Certainly
and
went
that's going
around.
to be, yeah, he's going to go around easily on that one for strike 2. Good count here for Hall. Men on second and first. We'll see if he can capitalize here. Of course, can even this one up with one swing of the bat.
Yeah, I'd throw something in the dirt here and see if he goes fishing. I mean, your catcher's been good at blocking balls so far, so I wouldn't give him something over the plate.
Lindgren, no home runs on the year. He's going to hit that one to Di Maria, who's going to step on first and end the inning. So no runs, no hits, one walk for the Bates Bobcats. And we're going to come back to you in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Ryan Day, Casey Santos Ocampo, and Will Burgess.
Now back with you for the bottom of the 4th inning. Going to be just me, Trevor Russo, here on the commentary for this half of the inning. Ryan Day up to the plate. Going to miss for ball 1. Collins still out there for his 4th inning of work. Has settled in nicely after a couple of rough innings to start it off. Ball 2, though, here. 2 straight from Collins. Inside, 3-0 count quickly. Day, of course, has 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a single. And a run scored. And that's going to go up right around the Jumbos for strike 1 on the uniform. And strike 2, so Collins battling back here. That's going to be hit to the side. Second baseman going to have to try to turn around. That's going to be a single. Could have gone for 2 as the ball was thrown away there, but luckily no advance on the play there for the Jumbos as Casey Santos Ocampo steps to the dish. Santos Ocampo 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to right field in the first, struck out in the second.
Fielder number 4, Casey Santos
Has to back up on that one. Inside for ball one. Santos Ocampo hitting .293 on the year thus far. Around a .850 OPS. He's gonna line this one into left field, and that's gonna hit off the wall. Hustling around third is Ryan Day. He's gonna try for home. The throw to the plate is not, it is in time. Ryan Day called out at home on the double by Casey Santos Ocampo. Close play there at the dish. Ryan Day is not happy, and neither is Tufts coach John Casey. Actually, third base coach for Tufts. So a good throw there from the third baseman, Giovanni Torres, saves a run. Nevertheless, there's a man in scoring position with one out for the new substitution into today's game, Will Burgess. In Pottstown, Pennsylvania, the sophomore.
And the resubstitution of me. I'm back, everybody.
Yep, another substitution here for the JumboCast broadcast booth.
Great walk-up song, Old Town Road. One of those country rap songs that is taking the nation by storm, aren't they, Trevor?
I think song
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just making that up.
Yeah, the genre, it's working. I'm not huge into music, so would not be able to answer your question there. That's going to be a strike drop by the catcher, Aaron.
Are you one of those people who drive in silence, or do you throw the radio on?
I throw the radio on. I mean, driving in silence is just sad.
Some people do it.
I don't know how they do it.
But
Burgess hitting .238 on the season, but a .467 on base percentage for the sophomore. At a .730 OPS this season, so right around average. He's going to line this one into left center field, and that's going to get down. Casey Santos Ocampo going to hustle in, and that throw is not going to be in time. Jumbos with another double, and this time with an RBI, as it's 4-0 in favor of Tufts in the bottom of the fourth.
And that's a bad decision by Bates, actually, as there's no chance they were going to throw the runner out coming home, and instead of hitting the cutoff man, keeping Tufts at first, they still throw home, and ultimately Tufts now, not only do they score a run from second, but they have a man on second as well.
Got to question the decision to let that drop, too. It looks like they had a good chance on the ball. I'm surprised they didn't give it more of an effort. There's good running by Will Burgess, and now Peter DiMaria, best hitter on the Jumbos thus far, and that's going to be right to the shortstop and out for out number 2. So quick out for DiMaria there, and it's going to be J.P. Knight up for his third plate appearance of the day. Walked in the first, singled in the third. And on that one,
The right fielder, number 2, J.P. Knight.
Burgess advanced to third, so J.P. Knight could bring another one before this is said and done. Fastball, lower third of the thigh for strike 1. That one fouled off. Bates dug out, all reaching down to grab that one. That looked like a synchronized swimming routine or something.
I was thinking the same thing.
Jumbo's with 9 hits already. Could get double digits before the halfway part of the game. That one high up around the letters for ball 1. Still a good count for Collins, who starting to slip in this fourth after a solid third inning. That one's going to be low. 2-2 count. Collins pretty disappointed about that one. You can see it in his body language. And
Big out here with
rattled.
Yeah, big out here to get with the runner 90 feet away. Trying to keep this game within arm's reach. Looks like someone warming up in the pen for Bates.
That was going to be fouled back at the screen. JP Knight felt like he could have had that one.
Looks like someone also warming up for Tufts. Can't really tell who it is as the cage is in the way of our view.
Also a sweatshirt on, so obscuring the number, but we'll figure out soon enough. RJ Hall probably not long for this game. And a bad swing, fooled by the off-speed pitch for strike 3 was JP Knight. So the Jumbos don't get 2, but they do get 1, and we'll head into the top of the 5th with a 4-0 Jumbo lead. Back with you here for the top of the 5th. Almost halfway done with this one here at Huskins Field. And we're going to flip around the order here for the Bates Bobcats. It's going to be Beal, Chi, and Arend to face RJ Hall out for his 5th inning of work. And that one's going to hit him on the hand, it looks like. And they're saying that the bat did not go around, so that's going to be a quick hit by pitch for Christian Beal. Of course, in the 3rd inning, RJ Hall worried a lot about his speed, so we're probably going to see a couple of pickoff moves here as Andrew Chi steps in.
And down 4, you got to manufacture runs somehow, so don't be surprised if he tries to swipe one.
Yeah, only 3 hits today off of Hall.
And the rain's starting to pick up again.
Strike 1 fired in there. Fastball around the waist. She singled in the 1st inning and lined out to the 2nd baseman in the 3rd. 3rd at bat of the day, 1 for 2. Quick swing there from Chi, but didn't catch up to it. 0-2 quickly now for the freshman from Closter, New Jersey. One of the great states in the Union, might add. That pitch low and away. Ball 1. Haven't really seen Hall pay attention to Beal that much. That's probably a good thing. Up 4. Don't want to get too bogged down. That one rifled foul by the 3rd base coaching box. Chi hitting an okay 273, 80 RBIs, 7 runs on the year.
Moreno's really playing the line there at third, leaving a pretty good gap on the left side if you can pull one but not pull one too hard.
Only one extra base hit on the year for Chi out of his 12. About a 600 OPS for him.
Good
and he's going to get fooled by that. Good changeup there from Hall. That's going to strike him out.
Yeah, well, ended up right down the pipe, but he was clearly set on the fastball. Just didn't get it.
Only the second strikeout of the day for Hall. It's going to be 11 on the year for him. And now Jack Arend at the plate here for the Jumbos as ball one misses. Of course, Arend's so far the best hitter on this Bobcats team. On the day, he is 0 for 1 with a walk. And that one's going to be skied out to right field, deep. And that one is right up against the wall. Great catch there from J.P. Knight. He just slammed right against that. Hopefully that didn't hurt too much, but
seems to be all right. Yeah, we were just talking during the break how the dimensions of Huskins Field out to left, it's 354 to the pole, out to right. What is that, 300, I believe? 309.
Very short right field porch.
It was just a little bit shorter than, Bates has a home run there, and they're back in this game, cutting the lead.
Yeah, a bunch of balls have gone out to the wall, too, that we've seen so far. Now Justin White at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day.
It's going.
Beal's going, and the throw is not going to be there in time. So 6th stolen base of the year for Christian Beal. Now runner in scoring position for the Bobcats with 2 down. White is last time up. Hit into a inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Calls for time here. Rain picking up a little harder, as you said. Umbrellas coming out from the stands. Strike down the middle there for a 1-1 count, evens it up. Looks like the activity in the pen has stopped so far, so no one warming for Tufts. R.J. Hall finish this one out.
Well, obviously, everyone just wants to get in the dugout and avoid the rain, man. Come on. Just kidding, of course.
Yeah. Baseball players, men of steel.
Man of Steel, previewing my next fun fact coming up.
Really?
It is.
Excited to see
You'll
that.
have to wait for the next mound visit. I guess that's what I'm doing, my JumboCast fun facts.
That's going to miss down low. 3-1 count here, so White in control. Hitting 286 so far. Last year for the senior. He's going to line this one foul right near the batting cages. So full count for White. And that's going to be low for ball 4. Missing down, down, down for R.J. Hall.
Bit of reassurance from his catcher there. Nice to see. He just needs one more out to get out of this inning. So can't concern yourself too much with the guys on base and just kind of focus on the guy at the dish.
And just as we say that, I think someone's going out to the bullpen mounds. So a little bit of action for the Jumbos in case R.J. Hall struggles a little more in this inning. Yeah, definitely getting someone warm right now. As Dan Truly at the plate. 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch. That one's going to be up the middle for the shortstop. And that's going to be a quick, easy out. R.J. Hall through 5 with only 3 hits and no runs. So a quality start so far for the senior in his first start of the year in conference play.
Halfway through this afternoon's game at Huskins Field, scheduled to bat for the Jumbos in the bottom of the 5th inning. Elias Marinos, Harrison Frickman, and Will Shackelford.
Super happy. To the bottom of the 5th, we are in. I was gonna say we're gonna go, but we're here now.
We're rolling.
We're into the second half of this game here at Huskins Field. And leading off for the Jumbos is Elias Veritas. 0 for 2 on the day, and most likely about to become 0 for 3 as Dan Truly hauls that one in for out number 1.
Pitcher's best friend and out on the first pitch of the inning.
Yeah, and speaking of that pitcher, Collins still out there for his 5th inning of work. So trying to save the bullpens for the doubleheader tomorrow. Of course, you can catch those games on JumboCast. We're going to be live with a bunch of action. Softball, too, so get to take your pick.
Yeah, we got softball going on right now as well, I believe. Looks like, kind of see the scoreboard. I think Tufts is up 1-0 and maybe bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, got the dream team of Lucas Pyle and Ethan Zaharoni on that one. Actually, Lucas Pyle and Daniel Mahoney, our experts.
That is the true dream
cameraman.
Team. Heads up.
That one rifled back by Harrison Frickman, the catcher, up for his 3rd plate appearance, 2nd at bat of the day, as he has a single, a run scored, and a sacrifice bunt. And now he finds himself in a 1-2 count. That one rifled foul towards the Bates dugout. Staying alive. Looks like we got some action in the Bates pen. Can't see who it is.
It's number 8.
Well, no, I think he's just helping him catch right now.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a toss.
Regardless, shout out to number 8, Noah Laughlin.
That one grounded and thrown to Collins for out number 2. So a couple of quick outs here for Collins.
Yeah, if he can get another out right here quickly, then who knows? Maybe they'll throw him back out there for the 6th. You know, he's certainly settled in. Still giving up a run. I suppose he gave one up last inning, but he really has settled down compared to what we saw in the 1st inning.
Yeah, now it's Shackelford up at the plate. He flew out in the 2nd to the left fielder, and he struck out with a drop 3rd strike in the dirt in the 3rd. So looking to get his first knock of the day. That one high for ball 1. Good eye there from Shackelford. Strike there around mid-thigh for Collins. Wind has all but died down at this point. Curveball is going to be hit up the The right side of the infield there for a base hit. So Shackelford is aboard for his first knock of the day. And now we turn the lineup back around. A little bit of tropical music. Actually, I don't think that's tropical. I don't know.
So Mills at the dish here, making really good contact first time up, resulted in an out. Second time up, weak grounder, but it found the hole. So we'll see what he has in store the third time up.
Yeah, 1 for 3 on the day. Just waiting to retrieve a ball from around the backstop there. Getting colder by the second as a pickoff attempt there for Shackelford, unsuccessful. Justin Mills does not have a walk on the day. And he's going to fly that out high, but not fairly deep, and that is going to be an out in foul territory to finish off the inning for the left fielder, Pat Beaton. And a quick one here. On to the sixth we go. You're listening to JumboCast.
Do we have a JumboCast? I don't know. I thought you had one. JumboCast? No. I have another thing. Yeah, you just have. Okay, we're just calling them JumboCast. Yeah. I think I'm doing them on mountains.
Now at the sixth inning here on JumboCast, of course, Trevor Russo on play-by-play with my partner Lucas Johnson on color commentary on this colorless day, overcast, rainy. Not super fun to be out here in the cold, but we're having fun watching the Jumbos win. They're up 4-0 with R.J. Hall still on the mound. He delivers a curveball low for ball one. This part of the inning, we have Carter, Torres, and Beaton. Carter fouling that one off. Deep near the rugby field.
Trevor, I need you to be honest. Whenever a ball goes foul behind the dish, do you secretly hope that it hits a car?
You know, I'm not going to answer this one for, just consciousness reasons, as that pitch narrowly misses for ball two. A little bit.
I'll admit
I'm going to be honest, a little bit.
I entirely root for it to happen.
I mean, it's like you don't want disasters to happen, but once they do, you can't look away. And that one is going to be skied high but shallow. Makes a good effort for it, but bounds off the top of the fence actually. And that's a foul ball.
Couldn't do that one more time if you tried a million times.
Yeah, no, that's
very impressive.
Very small margin for that to happen. So just witnessed a good piece of history there.
Today in JumboCast history. Give it 20 years and that'll be the new segment.
Ball bounced off the fence on the right side.
Yeah. Hopefully we have more interesting stuff to talk about.
Yeah. And that one is going to be grounded to Shackelford, who's going to throw over onto first. Going to be 0 for 3 on the day now for Kyle Carter, and now Giovanni Torres, who singled his last time up. One for one on the day with a sacrifice in the second inning.
The third baseman, number 42, Giovanni.
Actually, I don't know if that was a sacrifice, so we'll just say 1 for 2. Rain's still coming down. Curveball in there for a strike for first pitch of the at-bat. Goes back to the same pitch, same location for strike 2.
Yeah, I like the steady dose of off-speed pitches. We haven't really seen that pattern of pitches used by him yet today.
All looking for his third K of the day, and he's going to get it there. Goes to the hook 3 straight times. And Frickman throwing the celebratory strikeout pitch over the head of Di Maria. So not able to complete the ritual, but able to complete the strikeout for out number 2.
So many fun facts piling up in this day in JumboCast history.
It's be another off-speed around the knees for strike 1 to Pat Beaton, who has walked his last time up and hit into a fielder's choice is in the second inning. And that one's going to be to Shackelford. Long throw here for him and converts. So a 1-2-3 for R.J. Hall in his first conference start. No runs so far. We'll see if he makes it out for the 7th. Right now we're going to the top. The bottom of the 6th, excuse me, when we come back on JumboCast. The country blares over the speakers. We head to the bottom of the 6th with, of course, Ryan Day up at the plate. And Nolan Collins still out there, still on the mound for his 6th inning of work. Fires it in there for strike 1. Still seems like he's got the zip on his fastball. Day is 2 for 2 on the day. Not going to acknowledge that one. Has a 2 singles and a hit by pitch, and has also scored in the first inning. Last time out was an infield single. That one low for ball 2.
Good movement on that pitch, but obviously just missing the zone.
Gonna rocket that one up the right field side, excuse me, for a base hit. So 3 for 3 for Ryan Day after his 3 for 3 day against Mass Maritime. So Ryan Day beginning to turn it on.
Yeah, helping the average.
Came in at 321 before this one. Certainly going to be a lot higher at the conclusion. 11 hits on the day for the Jumbos. And now Casey Santos Ocampo doubled his last time up. That was the play where Ryan Day was caught trying to go home. Close tag at the plate. Had a double on that, so he's 1 for 2 and a pickoff attempt on Day. No stolen bases for the designated hitter. Santos Ocampo, of course, sensational play in left. Pulls back a bunt, but that's going to be called a strike.
Trevor, what do you think of Collins' socks? Are you a fan of the high socks, or do you like the pants going over the socks?
Oh, I'm always a high socks guy.
Good
There's
answer.
no doubt about it.
Good answer.
I think it's just a waste of the cool socks if you're just doing that. As another pickoff attempt for Day. Not going to go. Ryan Day, a big guy at 5'10", 220. It's a fastball down the middle. Quickly into an 0-2 count is Santos Ocampo. Jumbo's trying to tack on some more here. A little rallying cry of no easy outs as that one down and away for a ball. Third pickoff attempt on Ryan Day here.
I'm not really sure why. I mean, obviously, I don't know too much about Ryan Day's speed, but it doesn't really seem like he's looking to go anywhere.
Yeah. Ryan Day only 2 stolen bases last year, so a little confusing why he continued to go back there, as that one is going to be up the middle but dropped, and there's going to be no play for the shortstop, Kyle Carter. That's his second error of the game.
Yeah, and his second big one. On the first one, it was a slower hit ball, and his only play was the first. You know, wasn't, even though there's a man on first, you couldn't have turned 2. But in this situation, that was textbook double play ball that he just scuffed, and as a result, base is in trouble.
Yeah, that one, as you said, an easy double play ball. Instead, no one out and runners in first and second. Scoring position is Ryan Day. Santos Ocampo on first after the error. And now up is the substitute Will Burgess. Burgess singled his last time up for an RBI. Advanced to second on the throw. That one rifled in there for a strike. Got a feel for Collins a little bit. Defense letting him down there.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly a big shift in momentum. It should be bases clear right now with 2 outs. Instead, you got man on first and second and still looking for 3 outs in this inning.
Yeah, action in the Bates bullpen right now. Bunt is on. And they're going to get the out at first. Barely hung on was Andrew Chi at first base. But 2 runners in scoring position, and that's the danger of the error. And now up for the best hitter on this Jumbo's lineup, the cleanup man, Peter DiMaria.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the sac bunt. We've seen Tufts successfully execute it twice so far today. I just think it's really important. Now you have not just 1 player in scoring position, but 2 with, as you mentioned, statistically their best hitter up.
DiMaria 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. Grounded into a 6-3 his last time out. Off speed is down. Low for ball 1.
Infield playing in. Not looking to give up more runs and get down with not many more at-bats left for Bates in this ballgame.
Yeah, they've only got about 3 frames left to make up 4 runs. Could be more if DiMaria converts here. Strike around mid-thigh, fastball Strike one. Velocity a little less from Collins than when he started that one out. Only fair. Also probably feeling the cold with his sleeveless attire today.
I'm sure feeling the cold with 3 layers on.
That one, fastball in the dirt. Great save there by Aaron.
Yeah, we've seen a couple nice saves by Aaron, saving a couple of runs throughout this game.
Yeah. He has had some good defense on his side, too, Collins. You know, the throw to get Day a couple innings ago comes to mind.
Yeah, it's really just been Carter, not to single anyone out, but Carter certainly has struggled there at short.
And that one's going to be rifled into left field, a base hit. Day is in to score. Santos Ocampo coming around third. He will score. And Peter DiMaria adds 2 to the total. It's 6-0 Jumbos.
Yeah, beautiful piece of hitting, just staying level with it, really getting some good power behind it and just hitting it into left center where nobody was. And that's where that sack bunt really pays off. You know, instead of just getting 1 run across, you get 2. And Tufts has, in essence, kind of blown this one open. And they're still looking to tack on more with just a 1 out in this inning.
Yeah, you might think that they take him out here. That ball was rifled into left field. Yeah, and they're going to signal to the bullpen. So Nolan Collins, after giving up 6 runs, 4 unearned, is going to exit this game in the middle of the 6th. And we're going to go to a break while the new pitcher, trying to get a read on the number here.
.39.
Yeah, 39. That's going to be Cameron Carlson, the switch hitter, actually, righty. He's a junior out of Tampa, Florida. So a man from warm weather is going to try to shut down the Jumbos offense. We'll get back to you this next inning, or this next break.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Bates College Bobcats, number 39, Cameron Carlson.
Carlson with a 169 ERA.
So, the pitcher who started for them had 2 last names. So does this guy.
Well, it's one of those questions where
Technically.
you'll be able to get a couple of questions. You know all of them.
Name the 10 best Mets players in history.
Name every player who has started at second base.
Wrong. There are no good Mets players.
There was who was it? David Wright?
Nope, he died.
We're in control now. They got to play our game. They got to play our game. Let's go. Stay within ourselves here.
What?
He's bad.
What team? Oh, obviously the Red Sox. I was gonna say, like, what team do you support as he's in his history?
What team do you, the man with the Red Sox sweatshirt, support?
Oh, what team do you support? I got this for like $5. Good value. This is the only rate that I got.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
All right, Trevor. Time for another JumboCast fun fact. This day in history. Did you know this day in 2002, Ricky Henderson, man of steel, began his 24th season with his 8th team, that being the local Boston Red Sox. Did you know that?
I did not know Ricky Henderson played for the Red Sox.
I thought you were a Red Sox fan.
Wow, that's actually shocking to me. Did not know that. As
Now-
that pitch from Carlson is a little high.
Now, can you name the 7 other teams that Ricky Henderson played for?
The Oakland Athletics,
Correct.
Kansas City Royals.
I don't actually know the answer. I just know he was on the Mets as well. I believe the Yankees.
Oh, yeah. That one's going to be a strike down the middle to J.P. Knight.
So here at JumboCast, we provide you with the questions but no answers. I'm sorry.
Well, Lucas, you've disappointed me once again.
Happens.
Hopefully J.P. Knight tries not to disappoint as he swings through that off-speed pitch. Looked like a slider down and away from Carlson. That pitch is going to be down in the dirt. DiMaria is going to take advantage of the wild pitch, move into scoring position.
Certainly got a good jump on that one, and even though you're up by 6, still looking to tack on more runs, so good aggressive base running.
Yeah. JP Knight is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Struck out in the 4th inning, his last time up. Taking a long time here is Carlson. Oh, and a late time there. The pitch already halfway to home plate as it's called. Don't know if the umpire should have granted him that one, but nevertheless. 2-2 count for JP Knight. And he's going to rifle that one into right field. And that's going to be a single for the junior. DiMaria moves to third, so runners on the corners now for Elias Varinos.
Yeah, unfortunately for Knight, he hit it too hard. DiMaria just unable to score on a ball that reached the right fielder that quickly. But he'll be content with getting on board nonetheless.
Some Earth, Wind, and Fire coming over the loudspeakers here. Would really like for some fire because it is slowly getting colder and colder here at the ballpark. That pitch high, fastball up.
Now my question is, obviously we broadcast our games on YouTube, and YouTube has some algorithm that picks up on all these copyright songs. So will JumboCast get shut down because of the introduction of walk-up songs?
Oh, there are ways to
comment
get
yes
around
or
that.
no. Feel free to comment anything. We're always open to hearing from our viewers.
And off speed getting in there. 1-1 count for Varinos.
Good pitch.
Strike almost popped out of the glove of Aaron there. Varinos is 0 for 3 on the day. Move from second to third. And almost a throw there from Aaron as JP Knight was well off the bag. On deck is the catcher, Harrison Frickman. "13 hits on the day for the Jumbo's offense.
Certainly the bats are being on display.
And he's going to go on that one. Steal attempt is going to be good for JP Knight. They're
saying
call
out. I don't know if was there catcher interference
a
perhaps?
strikeout, and they're going to say that's the end of the inning.
He certainly won around. It was certainly a strikeout. I'm not entirely sure where the second out was. I'm guessing there must have been catcher's interference some way. Obviously, you're not allowed to interfere with the catcher's throw. Tufts third base coach not entirely sure or happy, but that's my best guess. Obviously, we're not entirely sure, but that is the end of the inning either way.
Yeah, we'll leave you in confusion as we head to the top of the seventh.
The JumboCast way.
Here on JumboCast.
From Huskins Field this afternoon.
We're into the last third here at Huskins Field. Of course, Trevor Russo joined by Lucas Johnson. And R.J. Hall is still with us, as he has been for most of the game.
Working on a shutout.
7th inning of work here. Now at the plate is John Lindgren, the right fielder. He's going to take that one for a ball. Of course, with the smart decision to wear a hoodie under his maroon jersey.
The hoodie with the sleeves rolled up.
That one's going to be rifled in there by Hall for a strike. Lindgren is 0 for 2 on the day. Last batted in the 4th inning, so been a while for him. Curve gets in there for a strike, so 1-2 count for R.J. Hall. Only giving up 3 hits and no runs on the day. And that one's a little low for Hall. He's also walked 3 and hit 2. So
solid overall start. If he were to be pulled right now, I'd say he'd be content with that. Obviously, he's still got a ways to go.
yeah, not seeing anyone in the bullpen right now. So that one is destroyed, but very, very foul. So
out towards the lacrosse field, I believe. I suppose we have lacrosse going. Can't tell if that's men's or women's, but looks like something's going on over there.
yeah.
Softball, meanwhile, it appears they've kind of blown it up. It looks like they're up 5-0.
And the curve, nasty stuff out of the hand of Hall for his 4th strikeout of the day. Seriously, that thing had everyone in the stadium fooled.
Yeah, it fooled the batter for sure, and he was certainly upset with himself.
The center fielder, number 2, Christian Beal.
Now we're going to reset the order here. Christian Beal up for his 4th plate appearance of the day. Last time out, he was hit as that curveball settles in for a strike. The curve's really been working for Hall, though.
It sure has. As the game progresses, it seems to get better and better.
Yeah,
Base
so
just running out of outs. They got, what, 7 left, I believe, or 8 left?
8 left.
Yep.
Curve again. It's really working right now, relying on the off-speed stuff late in the game. It's, I think, his 4th straight curveball.
Maybe a nice time to slip in a fastball.
1 for 2 on the day. And that one's going to be weak contact foul. So still an 0-2 count for R.J. Hall, battling with Christian Beal. Beal also stole a base when he was hit in the 5th. A lot of speed to worry about with him. Although they're going to need a lot more than speed to make up this 6-run difference. Curve again from R.J. Hall. That one in the dirt for ball 1.
Trevor, could it truly be that the rain has essentially stopped and the wind has stopped?
I guess so. It just feels cold right now. I think the rain's still going a little bit, though. Certainly that dirt slowing down a lot of stuff in the infield today. Goes to the fastball there. Looks like he's still got a little bit of heat on it. Ball 2. Beal with a 900 OPS this season. And that curveball in the dirt, so Beal has worked his way back from an 0-2 count to a 3-2.
Yeah, and if you're Tufts up by 6 this late in the game, the last thing you want to do is put guys on via the walk. You want to make them earn it. So obviously control can be an issue down the line for any pitcher, but if you can throw one over the plate, I'd make them force you to beat you.
And he does just that. Just foul off the left side of the infield there.
Bates players in the dugout getting a nice workout. As we mentioned, there's a lot of ground to cover out in foul territory down the left field side, so someone's going to get that ball.
And they're going to call that a looking strike 3. So 5th K of the day for R.J. Hall. Second man down the inning. Bates just down to 7 outs and 6 runs to make up. So slowly that difference is, decreasing. Now Andrew Chi, the second baseman, up at the plate. Chi stepping back as that one misses inside for ball 1. He struck out looking his last time at the plate in the 5th. And is 1 for 3. Fastball there, a little high for ball 2. Not seeing any activity right now in the Jumbo bullpen. And that one misses low, so a 3-0 count here. R.J. Hall throwing 6 balls in his last 7 or 8 pitches here.
Yeah, and if you're Chi down 6, you have to take a pitcher. Got to get on base any way you can.
And that one goes in, I think a 2-seam, settling itself in nicely. It's a 3-1 count. You'd imagine if Chi gets on here, there's going to be some activity in that bullpen. And Chi will do just that as that misses down and away and near the dirt. So runner aboard for Jack Arend. And just as we say that, someone is making their way into the Jumbo bullpen, and they're going to begin to work. So R.J. Hall may not be long for this game. Still has 1 out to get. Lazy pickoff over to first. Trying to keep Chi out of scoring position. Arend is 0 for 2 on the day. Has a walk back in the 3rd inning. Flew out to right field his last time up, which was the nice catch of the wall there by the right fielder, J.P. Knight. Excuse me. Fastball misses down. 1-1 count here. Justin White, 0 for 2 on the day, is on deck. Curveball missing outside. 2-1. R.J. Hall really starting to lose control now.
This is certainly his man to get, though. They're going to leave him in. Obviously, up by 6, you don't have to worry too much. Worst case scenario, 2-run shot, still be up 4.
Healthy hack at that by Arend.
But now if you're Hall, you just need 1 more strike to get out of this inning. And if this is the end of the line for him today, it would certainly be an excellent outing.
I think you try to go the hook here with 1 ball to give. And they do. They get him on the curveball. Arend strikes out. 6th strikeout of the day for R.J. Hall. And if this is the end of his day, it was a magnificent performance in the first conference game of the year. 6-0 Jumbos as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Back with you on JumboCast for the bottom of the 7th here. Carlson out for what will be his second inning of work. He's gone 2/3 of an inning so far. He's going to face off against 8-9-1, Frickman, Shackelford, and Mills. Interesting little dugout tidbit I was able to pick up. They're thinking that the velocity from Carlson is not that impressive, so they're going to try to jump on him early.
Borderline Ephus pitch almost.
Yeah, that was an incredibly slow curveball for ball 1. Curveball a little faster. Gets under the letters this time for strike 1. Frickman is 1 for 3. Actually, 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd inning. So that's strike 2. Last time up, grounded to first base, then to the pitcher in the 5th inning. And that one is jacked into center field, but it's going to hang up. Liner going to be picked up by Christian Beal out in center. Quick man out there, so no doubt he'd close the distance.
Yeah, he was sitting on that curve and just couldn't get enough on it to send it out of the park. And also, it's a slow curve, so difficult to really hit those slower pitches far into the outfield. But he gave it a ride there.
Yeah, that was high initial velocity, but really hung up late in the play there. Deep center field at Huskins here. Now Shackelford takes ball 1 high. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Flew out in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, and singled in the 5th. Off-speed pitch gets Shackleton there. Evens up the count. That one's going to be grounded up the left side of the infield, past the reach of Giovanni Torres for a single. So Shackelford 500 on the day. And now we go back to the top of the order with Justin Mills. Fakes a bunt there, pulls it back in time for a ball. Mills is 1 for 4 on the day. Single back in the 2nd. Last time out, he flew out to left field. That one in there for a strike. Carlson actually having a decent start to the year. 5 innings pitched so far. 5 1/3, 1.69 ERA, and 7 strikeouts. So actually 6 strikeouts, 7 walks. A little bit of a control issue. So that curve settles in for strike 2. Mills waiting on the curveball, instead flies it out to shallow center field, and Beal racing in picks it up for out number 2. So Carlson getting it done so far. Ryan Day up to the plate.
Yeah, Mills got under that one. Just a tad bit.
So far on the day, the designated hitter is 3 for 3 with a hit by pitch included, 3 singles, and he's scored twice. So quality day for the designated hitter in the 2-hole. And that's going to be off to the races, and he's going to be thrown out is Will Shackelford trying to steal second. So that'll be an early end to the inning. And we will see you in the top of the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, and no walks.
For the Jumbos in the bottom of the 7th inning, no runs on 1 hit. There were no base errors and no runners left on base. We're through 7. And the Jumbos still on top by a score of 6-0. Scheduled bat for Bates in the top of the 8th inning. Justin White, Dan Truly, and Kyle Carter.
Welcome back, everybody, from break, as we welcome back R.J. Hall to the mound, entering his 8th inning of work. Has not given up a hit since the 4th.
Yeah, I don't see why you'd pull him at this point. I mean, he's no real reason to pull him until, you know, you start to struggle with 6-run lead and doubleheader tomorrow. So why not save the bullpen and see if maybe R.J. Hall can get to the finish line and go the distance for perhaps a shutout at this rate.
Standing in his way right now are the 4, 5, 6 hitters as that ball misses. Justin White, Dan Truly, and Kyle Carter at the plate, on deck, and in the hole respectively. That fastball down away. A little bit of trouble here. 2-0 count for R.J. Hall against Justin White, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Walked his last time up in the 5th. And that one is going to hit Justin White. So early man aboard here against R.J. Hall in the 8th.
Looks like we might have a pinch hitter, I believe.
We will. We're going to see Noah Laughlin, sophomore out of Miliani, Hawaii. So same location as our clubmate Andrew Anderton, social media director. And that ball is going to be rifled up. Going to get 1 and on for 2. So just as quickly as he arrived at first base, Justin White is gone, erased by the double play and the pinch hit appearance from Noah Laughlin.
That was pinch hitter Noah Laughlin rounding into the double play. Now batting for Bates.
The double play ball, a pitcher's best friend. Although I believe I referenced something else as a pitcher's best friend earlier. I don't remember what, but pitchers can have many friends.
Now up to the plate, Kyle Carter, who is 0 for 3 on the day. And he's going to ground this one weakly to Burgess, and that's going to be a
I'm sure we'll see
interesting type of 1, 2, 3. So R.J. Hall through 8 with no runs allowed. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. We'll see you then.
Scheduled to bat for the Jumbos in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ryan Day, Casey Santos Ocampo, and Will Burgess. after pinch hitting, and now playing at first base, number 8, Noah Laughlin. A new pitcher in the game for Bates College is number 38, Mark Russell.
Mark Russell. Come on. This is one of our fans who wants to I'm wanting her to jump up and be 6'1". It's so good. So good.
There's a guy named Connor Russell. Bottom of the 8th here at Huskins Field, and we got a new arm on the mound for the Bobcats. It's going to be number 38, Mark Russell, the junior out of Westford, Mass. Went to Lawrence Academy at 6 feet 190, making his second appearance of the year as he fires that one into Kyle Day for a strike. Of course, Kyle was in the middle of an at-bat. Ryan Day, excuse me.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Kyle, of course, was in the middle of an at-bat, and that is another late time call.
Second time we've seen that.
Yeah. When Will Shackelford was thrown out trying to steal second. So he's going to resume where he left off. That one's high to even up the count. A little bit of a three-quarters sidearm thing going on from Russell. Has one appearance on the year, pitched an inning, did not allow a run, so a pristine 0.00 ERA for the junior. That one missing outside, making it 2-1. That one high and outside as well. Last year for Mark Russell did not have a very auspicious season. Made 4 appearances, ended up with a 14.54 ERA. So looking to improve on that in his junior season. And that is going to be a walk for Ryan Day.
That won't immediately hurt the ERA, but it's certainly not a recipe for success.
So leadoff man is aboard. Casey Santos Ocampo, the left fielder, now batting for the 5th plate appearance today. He's 1 for 4, has scored twice, made a sensational play in left. It's about the 5th time I've mentioned that, but you have to keep mentioning it because
certainly was
that was
play
incredible. That one going to be lined out to right field, hung up a little bit. And so he's going to end his day most likely at 1-5.
Did I say earlier that the one pitch outs were a pitcher's best friend? I think that's what it was. What do you think? What's a pitcher's best friend? A one pitch out or a double play ball? I think you got to go double play ball.
Yeah, because that's 2 outs, right? You know, 2 is better than 1.
One pitch out certainly extend your longevity in the game, but 2 pitch outs the double play ball is really crucial.
Yeah. Will Burgess tried not to hit into one here as he comes to the plate. That ball missing low. Burgess is 1 for 2 on the day. Actually, 1 for 1. He hit a sacrifice bunt his last time out. Singled and has an RBI on the day. 1-1 count here from Russell on Burgess. Looks like an arm is warming up in the Bates bullpen right now as they're reaching deep into the depths of their pen. That ball down and away.
I don't necessarily know why, unless Bates thinks that they still have a chance in this game, which I suppose it's not over, but, you know, with a doubleheader tomorrow, you don't want to use up your arms. You might want to just let this guy kind of ride it out, you know what I mean?
And that one down and away again, 3-1 count here. Big hit disparity in this one, 14-3 in favor of the Jumbos.
The bats have been on full display here.
And only 2 days after scoring 24. So a little bit of a low output for them. That's going to be a weak grounder to first. Got Carter making that play to the new substitution, Noah Laughlin. And now the big bat is coming in, Peter DiMaria, on for his 5th at bat. Last time out, he singled, drove in 2. He is 2 for 4 so far in the day.
The first baseman, number 32, Peter.
Also had an RBI single back in the first, so 3 RBIs for Peter DiMaria. And that one is high, but it's hanging up for the center fielder Beal, and that will end the inning. So
a pitcher's
quick
second
one there.
best friend, the one pitch out.
And with Russell getting a quick one, we will head to the 9th. Last chance for the Bates Bobcats, and they've got a lot to make up here on JumboCast.
Just completed over at Spicer Field. Jumbo softball defeated Bates by a score of 8-0.
Softball won it. Oh, they did. Yeah, they just ended slaughter. Mercy ruled it. They were batting in the bottom of the 6th. Mercy ruled it? Well, because if you're up 8 runs or more after 5, and basically they got to 8 runs in the bottom of the 6th. That was wild.
Okay. So softball's over. Mercy ruled them. And now we're in the top of the 9th. Bates Bobcats do or die time as they need to make up 6 runs in order to stay alive in this one. Of course, they've got a doubleheader with Tufts tomorrow. And R.J. Hall out there for the 9th, trying for a shutout and to preserve the bullpen as Giovanni Torres steps in. And that one almost hitting him for what would be a 4th hit by pitch on the day by R.J. Hall. Remarkably, he has the same number of hit batters, walks, and hits allowed on the day. And that one is going to be rifled into right field. Closing on it is J.P. Knight for the first out of the inning.
Thought you almost jinxed him, as that was a bid for Bates' 4th hit of the afternoon, but J.P. Knight says no.
Yeah, and still do not have a single, actually any sort of hit since the 4th. Do the Bates Bobcats. Looking to change that is... looks like a pinch hitter. It's going to be Kevin Lucy, the freshman out of Topsfield, Massachusetts.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Pat Beaton, number 9, Kevin Lucy.
That's going to be Pat Beaton coming out of the game. On to face the senior R.J. Hall, so freshman against senior. Senior wins on that first pitch. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. Swung through it. Lucy on the year is a 400 hitter. He's going to ground that one weakly to third base. Long throw over is gloved by DiMaria. Good throw there by Varinos. And now there's just 1 out to go. And R.J. Hall will have a shutout. Looking to change that, of course, is the right fielder, John Lindgren. 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out in the 7th his last time up. Change up high for ball one. Softball is already over. They won 8-0. Mercy ruled their opponents. That fastball fired in at the knees for a strike. So they're done for the day. They have a doubleheader tomorrow.
We'll
Is that against
covering that
Bates?
as well. I believe all the games this weekend are against Bates, yeah.
Okay, so Jumbo's looking to close that one out against Bates. Curveball barely missing.
Not sure where that one was.
Yeah. Cries of anguish from the Tufts bullpen. But it's a 2-1 count. R.J. Hall firing in a fastball there for a strike. And now the Bates Bobcats are down to their final strike in this ball game. Lindgren standing in, hitting .333 on the year. And that one narrowly missing off the offside part of the plate. 3-2 count. It's full against Lindgren. R.J. Hall needing one more strike to end this game. That one's going to be skied foul off to the left side off of third base. A onlooker having to get out of the way of that one.
That'd be a sad way to get hit on the one of the final pitches of the game.
That would be
make it so close to the end.
You don't want to mess around with those. Barely missing off the knees. Possibly that was inside. Not sure where that one missed, but that's going to be Lindgren aboard, and he upsets the balance as that's R.J. Hall's fourth walk of the day. Some light warm-ups in the bullpen right now. But now we're going to turn over the order to Christian Beal, who is 1 for 3. Struck out looking in the 7th, his last time up. And that one's very high. Fastball. Frickman telling Beal to settle down a little. Hall to settle down a little bit. Keep it down. You got one more out to go. That one is popped up foul behind our booth here. And that was a strange sound. Don't know what that hit. Hopefully not a person.
Sources tell us it hit pavement. Much to both of our disappointment, as I exposed you for earlier. But with that, count evens out.
I'd like to reverse my stance on that. I don't want that going on the public record. Oh, almost picking off Lindgren was Hall. Hasn't gone to the pickoff move recently, but that would be a fun way to end it.
Interesting way to get it. I don't think anyone is expecting, the runner on first to go anywhere, and quite frankly, you don't need to with, your team being up by 6. But nonetheless, interesting way to perhaps end the game.
Famously, another Massachusetts team. Oh, the curveball dropping in there for strike 2. Might go back to the hook after that one. Famously, another Boston team ending a game with a pickoff. 2013 World Series.
Are you trying to fun fact me?
I am. It's my payback for all your fun facts earlier. R.J. Hall is all serious here as he steps off the mound. Readjusting his gloves is Beal. Standing in, facing a 6-0 deficit. First game of this 3-game set here in the last weekend of March. One more month left of the term to go. And barely making contact with that one is Beal. That one hit the dirt before it hit his bat.
Hall just looking for that final strike.
A little more activity in the bullpen now. And that's going to be strike 3. R.J. Hall getting it with the changeup, and that is a shutout for the senior. Magnificent performance. No runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, 3 hit by pitches. But by all accounts, R.J. Hall got it done today. The Jumbos win this one 6-0. The off the bat of Ryan Day with his 3 hits. Peter DiMaria, 3 RBIs. Casey Santos-Ocanto had a double, scored a run. Sensational play. All around good start to conference play for the Tufts Jumbos. And we thank you for watching JumboCast and hope you'll join us tomorrow for the doubleheader against Bates starting at 12 tomorrow on Saturday. Hopefully a little better weather than this too. For my partner Lucas Johnson, I'm Trevor Russo signing off. Thank you all for watching this JumboCast.